1, 2.
Roger the Wild Child podcast fucking rocks.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
This is the Roger the Wild Child Show, Nashville edition. Buckle up, y'all. It's another boot-stomping, guitar-slinging, full-throttle ride through the heart of Music City, spotlighting new faces, rising stars, and the hottest voices in country music and beyond. With your host, Roger the Wild Child, and riding shotgun, his partners in crime, the talented producer, songwriter, and musician, Patrick James, and the rockin' rebel with a Nashville soul, Tiana Woods. Want to know the nitty-gritty straight out of Music City? We've got your Nashville music news. So grab your boots, crank it up loud, and get ready to ride.
Roger! It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
And here we are, Roger and Patrick. Today, what's up, brother?
What up, Raj? How you doing, brother?
Oh my gosh, it has been a crazy few weeks off from CMA Fest, and CMA was insane.
It was off the chain, off the hook. It was fabulous.
And then we did Roger the Wild Child show live at the Troubadour.
That was amazing too.
Yep, you had your band out there.
Yes.
Rocking it out. We had about 10 to 15 artists performing. It was a great show. We threw on a free show, and we had a good crowd, a good turnout. So
it was a great show. It was a great party. Yeah, I was there with the boys from Anything But Human, and the whole thing was great. The evening was great. We had a really great time. Followed up by all the amazing interviews that you did, Raj, while I went on the road.
I had Baby Daisy with me. She from Moonshine Shenanigans back in the day of the Roger the Wild Child show, and she joined me for the event. So that was really cool to have her be a part of that as well. And and Tiana's was supposed to go and hang out with us tonight, but she's traveling across the country, but she's driving. Our guest that's coming up.
Do we know where she's going?
I have no clue where she's going. I just found out today that she's driving across the United States and that she's 2 hours from Oklahoma. I was like, okay, well, one of our guests tonight is actually going across the United States too, but she's not necessarily driving; she's walking.
Yes, this is some feat, boy. I'll tell you that.
It is crazy.
No pun intended, right?
Right. And let me tell you, the chat is blowing up right now. We got people that are logged in. The views are high. Get in the comments, guys. Get in the comments. You're going to be able to talk to Rin here briefly and here just shortly. And she's going to answer some questions live on the air. We also have a singer-songwriter out of Nashville. It is Christian Parker. He's going to be here tonight as well and performing for us acoustically, as always, as our guests always do. So without further ado, I think we should just bring her on, because I know everybody's logged in right now.
Yeah, let's get right in.
I cannot believe the view count that we have right now. This is crazy.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yes. Everybody wants to know what's going on with Rin Lee, and I do too. So let's bring her on the screen. Rin, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Rin, what's happening, girl?
Awesome. So far, so good. Thanks for having me on. This is my first official podcast. So
right on. Pleasure to have you.
So this is a country music show, but yet I invited Rin to come on the show. So here's the deal, though. Every time we talk to somebody in the country music scene, they chose that genre because why? Country tells a story, right?
Correct.
And so, but you're telling a story, right? And then you're walking across the country, and I'm like, you know what? And you went through Nashville.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And I'm like, you know what? It'd be appropriate to bring her onto the show today. So, Rin Lee, where in the world are you today?
Well, just for my safety, I'm not going to say the exact town, but I'm in between Salina and Hays, Kansas. So pretty much almost to my halfway point. When I hit Hays, Kansas, that's my unofficial halfway point, and I'll be there on the 4th of July.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. and you started in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Is that where you're from?
No, I'm from Post Falls, Idaho, which is a smaller town next to like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Okay.
Gorgeous area. But I picked Daytona Beach because I wanted to go to the Daytona 500 originally. And then I realized how expensive that was. And then I don't actually really care about racing. So I decided push that off, but still keep the Daytona area. So that was kind of why.
All right. Patsy Ann on Facebook says, hi, Rin.
Hey, welcome in.
There you go. That's simple, guys. Just pop in the chat, put a comment in there. We'll throw it up on the screen. And if you have a question, we'll throw the questions up for her to answer live on the air. So what made you decide to wake up one morning and say, fuck, I'm just going to walk across the United States?
Well, it kind of started as an idea. I saw someone do it when I was about 16 years old. They were called The Golden Road, and I loved them. I watched their entire YouTube series. It was a couple who did the coast to coast, and they've done it twice by now. And I realized it kind of just planted that seed of I want to do something a little different, a little challenging and exciting. And then I did join the military at 18, and they tell you when you're joining that you're joining the less than 1%. And I loved that idea. So I was like, I want to keep doing things that are less than 1%. So after I got out of the military, I bought a van. So I did van life for a little bit. And then after that, I was like, I need to do this.
Did you have a van down by the river?
Pretty much down by the ocean. Yeah. I did that for about a year, and I realized I need to do this trip now before I get too old or convince myself it's too crazy. So that's kind of where the idea came from.
I thought you were watching Forrest Gump, but
I did watch that in the airport on the way here.
Inspirational, right?
I've seen that movie too many times.
Who hasn't? It's a movie you keep watching, right?
It's so good. Someone called me Florence Gump one time, and
oh, really?
I kind of wanted to put that on a t-shirt.
All right. So on Facebook, we've got Brooke. Not something I would typically be interested in, but as someone currently serving, your story piqued my interest. Keep on keeping on.
Well, thank you for your service. That's awesome. I do think I don't understand why it's so inspiring for people. It's hard for me to wrap my head around because to me, I'm just walking all day. So seeing comments like this where it's like, it's so cool. Thank you for doing this. Those kind of things always confuse me because I'm like, I just walk all day. It's pretty boring, but other people like it.
Well, it's good for you too.
Okay,
yeah,
so
definitely.
Amber on Facebook, you are doing amazing things. You will make such a huge difference. Much love.
Thank you, Amber. Yeah. See, those kind of comments, they confuse me though, because I'm like, I basically treat this like a 9 to 5. I walk 8 to 10 hours a day, and to me, it's just walking. Like it is so good for my body. Like I feel like I'm benefiting more than anything.
It's more than just walking, though. I mean, yeah, you're walking, but I mean, you're doing stuff that not a lot of people are able to do.
That's true.
And and it's like, who would spend 6 months and walk across the United States? Renwood.
That's true. Yeah. I did. I do want to add real quick. Another reason I'm doing this. So originally it was not because of a nonprofit. But I did decide I didn't want people on the internet giving me money because I didn't want to benefit from it. Like I saved up for it. So I did pick a nonprofit called Back on My Feet. They work with homeless people and recovering addicts who are currently living in shelters, and it involves getting physical exercise, kind of building a sense of community so they can help get them jobs and they can get them off the streets. So I love what they do. I've met their CEO, and I think they're an awesome company. So I ended up, anytime people want to donate to me, I kind of send them to that nonprofits page. And all the links are in my bio too.
I love that.
Yes.
So what's a day in the life of walking across the country? Tell me how it goes.
Oh, it's different every day for sure. At the beginning, I was camping a lot more because I didn't really have a social media following. I didn't have people offering me places to stay or hotels. So I would camp right off the highway. I camped behind churches with permission, wherever I could get a night's sleep. But now I'm kind of more reliant on a lot of strangers are reaching out. And I know that's going to change in between Hayes and Denver. There's a whole lot of nothing. So I'm going to go back to camping. But basically, I just wake up wherever I am. I try to get moving. I've had days that are 20 miles, days that are 64 miles. Like I did a couple long trips where I walked for 24 hours. I've done that 3 times.
I've seen you do that. Yeah.
It is insane what the body's capable of. And I'm just so I'm grateful I can do that. But I also know my body enough to know when to stop. So if I was trying to do a long day and I hit 30 miles and I realize I don't want to do this anymore, I'll camp. Like I'll just stay on the side of the road, but I won't push myself to how I get hurt.
So what do you do when it rains? Do you walk in the rain, or do you just you go?
Yeah, she does.
I walk in the rain. It's actually my favorite time to walk, if I'm
You're a
honest.
rock star.
If it's just rain, if there's thunder or lightning, I try to not do it. Like yesterday, I didn't post a video on this because I didn't have enough footage for it, but there was a really bad storm and I ended up staying in this like little gutter, like it was like a ditch where all the water flows, but it was empty. And so I just hopped kind of down there so that I was out because some lightning struck very close to me.
Oh, wow.
But the wind was moving so fast, so I was like, it's going to be a quick storm. I'll get in this ditch, I'll be fine. And then I kept walking after the storm passed. So I mean, there's going to be days where I do have to stop. If there's thunder or lightning for multiple days, I tend to like camp out in a hotel or someone's house if I need to. But if it's just rain, I love it.
Now you're gonna have a challenge here. You're like getting ready to go to Colorado. You're gonna be going through the mountains. You're not gonna have little towns like every 10 miles. How are you prepared for that?
So I push a cart. It's like a bike trailer. What normally people would pull kids in a bike. I have that, and it really benefits me. A lot of people say I should just get a backpack and that it's excessive. But for me, I can stock up on gallons of water, extra food. I have all my tent and gear and everything. So when I do have to hit long stretches of nothing, I can be prepared. But I also have backup stuff like water filters and some extra food kits that I don't touch. But really, like knowing I can do up to 64 miles if I needed to. Planning out towns is not that difficult. The longest stretch I think I'll have is maybe 3, maybe 4 days without anything. But that's pretty minimal when you think of how much space I have in my cart.
What about like when you're in the mountains? There's like bears and wild animals.
I carry bear spray, I carry pepper spray, and some other protective gear that I'm not going to talk about because if I was a crazy person online trying to get me, it would benefit them to know what I'm carrying. So I keep a lot of my stuff kind of hidden, but I'm well protected. And also I understand camping, like keep your food away from your tent, like basic stuff like that if there are wildlife around you. And just kind of awareness of that. Coming from Idaho, we got bears there, so kind of makes sense.
Yes, we do. Yeah, because I used to live in Boise, so I know very well.
Do
you get it? Yeah.
So you're at the halfway mark. When do you plan on arriving into Seaside, Oregon?
So I don't have an exact deadline. I'm guessing around October timeframe. My original plan was to be there by my birthday, which is in September, but I don't think I'm going to make that. And I don't want to give myself a cutoff because then if it gets too close, I'll get disappointed that I didn't make it. So as long as the weather lets me and it's not snowing yet, I'm okay with that. So even if it took me all the way till November, that's fine. I don't really have any set plans, so it's kind of easy to keep pushing it off.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm a pretty go with the flow. I don't really have I'm not a big planner.
So have you ever thought about like wrapping it up and saying, okay, I'm done with this? Did it ever cross your mind?
So I won't lie, it has not. Like I want to say that it has because that kind of creates a better story of like, this is so hard, this is so difficult, I want to give up.
Right. Yeah.
But I haven't felt that. Like to me, it's like, what would I be doing if I stopped? I would go back home. I'd have to get a normal job. I'd have to find some other way to see the world. And I'm like, right now, I have plans in the future to travel overseas and keep traveling. But I need to finish this or it's going to drive me nuts for the rest of my life. I'm going to feel like I gave up on something I could have finished. Right. So unless I get physically or mentally hurt and like this is too difficult, I don't plan on quitting. But I'm just stubborn too. I'm persistent.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So Patsy is asking, are you concerned about the fires in Colorado?
Slightly. So I do follow a few other people who are walking across the country, and there's a gentleman, he started after me in Philadelphia, I think, and now he's already hit Colorado and he's having some issues with smoke and stuff. So seeing how those are affecting those guys, I'm a little bit concerned. But if the smoke is too bad, I'll just take shorter days. Or if I have to wait it out a little bit, I'll give it some time to clear. But I don't know. You just push through it. I don't want to hurt my lungs doing it or cause any.
No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So if I have to stop, I have to stop for that. But it is what it is.
Okay, so let's see here. We've got Angel on YouTube. Have been following your journey. You are doing a fabulous job documenting your experience. What is the most difficult aspect of your walk? And what are your plans after you walk is completed?
Okay, so the most difficult part, I mean, this changes day to day, however, I feel like answering this, but as of today, I am very grateful that I did this solo. I don't have any regrets on that, but it
Mhm.
is probably the most difficult part because I'm the planner. I'm the documenting it all by myself. If there's days where I wake up and I don't want to walk, there's nobody sitting there kind of motivating me. So there's nobody like I have no reason to wake up and walk besides myself, and
Mhm.
that's kind of the frustrating part. If as opposed to if I had a partner. Um, and then my plans after, they're changeable. Like I said, I have a lot of time to think on the road. I am a big daydreamer. I listen to a lot of travel podcasts. So I have so many countries I want to visit. And I know I want to do 30 countries before I turn 30. So I'll be 25 when this walk is done. And that's kind of my next goal, but I don't know where and I don't know where it's going to take me, I guess.
Well, you could always catch up on all the episodes of Roger the Wild Child Show podcast. So.
Yeah.
I have listened to a couple. I met a gentleman from the Czech Republic yesterday.
Really?
He was biking across the country, and he was in under the same overhang, waiting out the storm with me. And I told him I was going to be interviewed on this because we were just having small talk, and he ended up saying he was going to look you guys up because he needed some more podcasts. And I was like, okay, like so maybe this guy will get into some country music while he's here.
Cool.
Yeah. And I have another podcast called Love on the Rocks podcast, spelled ROX. It's our dating relationship type of podcast. So
Awesome.
It's all of us dysfunctional people that can't hold a relationship giving advice to other people.
Sounds about right. Sounds like the internet in a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Speaking of relationships, are you in a relationship with?
I am not. No,
That would be a little bit more difficult.
I've never had a boyfriend too. Never dated anyone.
Smart.
It's just kind of easy. And so there's not. I don't have kids. I had nothing really. I was leaving behind. So that makes this trip 10 times easier.
And Scott on Facebook says hello from Arkansas.
Arkansas. Sadly, I won't be going through there.
Yeah. I asked you like a week or two ago if you're going to come through Vegas, but you're more north up. But I was like,
yeah.
And
yeah,
then today you're like, I'll never go to Vegas.
Yeah, I have no plans to go to Vegas. Not my thing. I'm very anti-gambling.
So what's a typical day on the road for you?
I mean, it's pretty much just walking. I avoid traffic.
Stopping? Do you go to like grocery stores to buy food? Do you stop and eat at a diner or a restaurant? What do? Do you change it up at all?
I do change it up a lot. So I have like tortillas pretty much that I put everything in. Like I do honey, peanut butter, bananas, all in tortillas because it's easy and I can walk and eat it.
Nice.
But it really depends how many miles I'm doing. Like yesterday I did over 30, and so I kind of don't have a lot. I don't have the luxury of stopping a lot, or else I'm gonna have to walk at night, and it's just gonna take so much longer. So those kind of days I really just push through. I take in 20, 30-minute breaks maybe if I need them to snack, or if the weather needs to, I stop off and like go somewhere else. But for food, it's just kind of whatever I hit, especially in towns in Kansas where you do have long stretches of nothing. Like you might just be able to get stuff at gas stations for a few days. If I'm in a town that has a Taco Bell, you best believe I'm getting some Taco Bell.
That's right. That's right.
But other than that, it's kind of a running joke with my following is because half my videos, if I'm in a hotel, there's like a Taco Bell cup behind me. But yeah, I just kind of eat what I can. I don't have the best diet. I never really have. So I don't like to encourage people if they want to go on trips like this and they're looking for advice. I don't want to give out my advice because it's bad advice. So it's like I can tell them what I ate, but I'd prefer them do it better. Eat some high protein.
So what time do you start? What time do you start?
That also depends on if I'm only doing 20 miles, I'll start at like 10 or 11. If I'm doing longer days, I start 4 or 5 a.m. Just kind of whatever time I feel like getting up.
Yeah.
It's pretty flexible. I don't really have anybody waiting for me to do it. So
Michelle on Facebook says, what's the best shoes so far?
So my shoes, I do 2 at a time, so I can rotate every day. So I keep 2 pairs on me. I love Hoka's. They're my favorite, any type of Hoka, but mine are Clifton 9s. And then I have Brooks too that I switch between. This last pair of shoes that I bought in the last town, I do have to I'm not liking them. They fit really well in the store, but after walking 20, 30 miles in them, my feet like slide too far forward. They need to be replaced. Like you can tell when you're walking if they're going to keep hurting your feet or not, and those ones are not working. But Hoka's by far been my favorite.
Okay.
They're good.
Right. And then we got Elena. She said, "Hi, this is Elena from Central Missouri. I think it's incredible what you are doing. So what are your plans after you complete your mission?" I think somebody else asked that same question, right?
Yeah, so just kind of, I want to visit 30 countries before I turn 30. There is an app called World Packers that I'd like to try to work with people on there, where basically you volunteer in these hostels or garden areas or people's houses, whatever they need, or orphanages. Like there's so many different things you can volunteer for, and in exchange they give you free accommodations. So like there's hostels that you can go and just be like a cleaning person, or you work at the front desk in these beautiful places, and you don't have to pay. And then you also get to experience their culture and live a life kind of like them. So I want to slow travel as many countries as I can in the next 5 years or so.
Nice. And then we have on YouTube here, "Hi from Belleville. How do your parents not worry every day?"
Yeah, I was just going to answer that question. Yeah.
They're probably in the chat right now. They might be able to answer. But I know they're watching. I think I don't know, I'm the youngest. I have 3 older sisters. We all kind of have done our own things. Like I had another sister in the Air Force. I was in the Air Force and then deployed for a year. Like I kind of eased them into this. So it wasn't just like I turned 18 years old, I'm going to go walk across the country. Like it was slow steps to be independent. And they know I got a good head on my shoulders. I think they also believe that most people are good. I feel like that's like the world is shown so negatively on social media and the news. And I think they kind of can see through that they can be like, most people are not out to hurt you. I've been helped. I haven't had any bad experiences that I've been scared for my life this entire trip. It's been amazing. And I think that kind of gives them peace of mind, seeing how kind people are. And like, I know that they're very grateful that people are helping me along the way. So yeah.
Okay. Matthew on Facebook says, "Rin, you are a beast." And an inspiration.
And it's,
it's good to have your parents, and if God forbid you need them, they'll come running for you.
Yeah. Are you going to get...
All right. Severe Storm Chaser Kirch says, "Rin Lee, are you going to grow your beard back out?" Haha, JK.
I have a feeling this is some type of inside joke that I'm not a part of. I don't know what he's meaning.
Okay.
But, never had a beard. Probably couldn't grow one if I tried.
There you go. So let's talk about your let's talk about Back on My Feet. That's the charity that you are supporting. I know you are a vet yourself. So why did you pick this one in particular?
A couple of reasons. So I met someone in Colorado, he was from Colorado, but I met him in Seaside, Oregon. He had gone through this program in Denver, and he was a really cool guy. And he basically said that this program changed his life. So that kind of gave me the idea to look into it, because it also involves running. So it involves physical activity, and basically they meet up 3 times a week as a group to go running very early in the morning at like 5 a.m. And then their whole program is very structured based. So they have to be up at a certain time. They have to be like back at the shelter at a certain time. And it builds this consistency of being able to show up and do hard things and that challenge you as a group. And it kind of it made sense. Like it correlated really well because I'm walking every day. They're out getting exercise. And I knew if I was going to gain some type of social media following, I would rather them follow something that matters. And because like I'm just walking across America, these people are changing people's lives. So I want them to donate and help and just spread the word that Back on My Feet is doing awesome work. And I'm very excited. I'll get to meet with them in Denver in about a month.
There you go.
Yeah.
And how do you prepare physically and mentally for your 25 to 30 mile day?
So I mean, at the beginning it was a lot easier because it was all new and very exciting. And I was on Florida and then like Kentucky. I'd never been there. So at the very beginning, it was easy to just like wake up and be like, oh, this is so cool. Wonder what's going to happen today. But after 4 months now, that excitement has kind of died down.
She's like, man, I'm tired.
Yeah, so I'm tired.
I'm tired, man.
I know.
More cornfield. Yay.
Yeah, I just know I can't quit. I feel like I'm not giving myself an alternative. I'm treating it like a job. So I'm like, either I'm gonna fire myself, which doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna keep walking every day. Um, and especially now because it is building a platform for me to continue to possibly travel in the future. I had no idea this many people would be interested in me walking. So knowing that it is, knowing that I'm inspiring people, I've had kids come up to me and like want my autograph one day, which was insane because I was like, I'm just walking, like, and you
Somebody
want me
gave
to
you
sign something?
kids gave you stickers.
Yeah. Someone made me these stickers that the mom did, and she wanted her kids, and they wanted my signature, and I thought that was so cool. And like knowing that I'm kind of becoming somewhat of a role model for children, it's a lot of pressure because I don't want to give off the wrong. I want to be a good role model. Like if I have
Right,
children
yeah.
watching, so I just think that's really a cool opportunity, and so far so good. I can't complain. I still have legs. I can still walk, so I'm happy.
Okay, so Lyle on Facebook says, Rin, what was the hardest state to go through so far?
I've got to say Florida for a few different reasons. They have very strict camping laws, so you can't just like stealth camp very easily. Like you could get arrested for that kind of stuff. It was beautiful because I was right next to the beach for the entire first A1A. I could see the coast on my right for a whole week of walking.
Love that.
So that was awesome. But it made me want to stop a lot more. There was so much going on. It was bike week, so I didn't get the miles I wanted to. But it was also the beginning, so I was sore every day. I was in so much pain. I did no preparation for this walk. So walking 15 miles at the beginning, I wanted to cry at the end of the day. Like it hurt bad.
Wow.
But now I've got up to the point where I've built the stamina and my legs are kind of used to it, so they're not nearly as sore.
Patrick,
And
turn
the
your speaker
humidity.
down a little bit.
Me?
Yeah, turn your speaker down a little bit. You're getting a little feedback. Okay.
And the humidity was very bad.
Oh, I can only imagine down there.
Yeah.
All right. So, Allie on Facebook says, Rin Lee, after you walk through the states, will you fly back to your original state or walk back?
After I hit the coast, I'm
He's flying.
not walking anymore. And I don't think I'm going to fly back. So Seaside, Oregon is only like, not only, but it's about a 7-hour drive to my hometown in Idaho. So I'm hoping my parents and maybe my sisters want to come, and either one of them will give me a ride, or someone. I still have my van back home, so I'm hoping somebody will bring my van to the coast, and I might be able to do van for about a week or two, kind of relaxing, just on the coast for a while, but definitely not flying back. And I'm not from Florida. I get that a lot. People think I'm going to fly back to Florida or walk back to Florida. Just no way.
Oh my gosh. So,
She's like, I'm done. Once I'm there, I'm done, dude.
I'm done. I'm not
When I'm
walking
done,
back.
put me in a wheelchair. I'm not
Yeah.
touching my feet, not using them anymore.
Love that.
So, how can everybody follow your journey?
Well, on Facebook, it should just be Rin, R-I-N, and then L-E-E. Everywhere else, it's Rin on the road. And Rin, by the way, is technically my middle name is Erin, so I go by Rin, but my first name is Samantha. So anyone from high school or before the military knows me as Sam or Samantha. But Rin on the road had a good ring to it, and I like my middle name Erin, so kind of works out that way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome,
You know-
Samantha.
yeah,
Can I call you Samantha?
Yeah, we're
mic
friends
so
now.
loud?
Sure. Yeah.
Hold on.
yeah, I'm getting a little feedback.
How's that? That better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, we are here. We do have Rin. If you have any few questions that you want to pop in, jump in the chat. I'm gonna bring on our next artist, so stick around with us, Rin. He might have some questions for you too. Who knows? He might write a country song about you.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. I love country music. Please. That'd be awesome.
Okay, so let's bring on. Let me bring him up. Christian Parker, what's up, sir?
I'm doing well.
Hey,
I'm doing
Chris,
well.
how
I have
are
a
you,
new
buddy?
task. I got to write a country song about Rin.
Write me just like an opening to my videos, like a little
Okay.
jingle.
Okay, we can do it. We can certainly do it.
There you go. So Christian Parker, I mean, I got to tell you, man. I mean, what a guy you are. Let's see. You took an incredible leap of faith. Just leaving behind a career in law and politics to
Yeah.
follow your passion for country music. You've become one of the fastest rising independent artists, blending Southern rock, blues, and outlaw country into a sound that's earned more than 13 million streams and views. Wow. And your latest song, Bottle, is making waves across the country. And tonight, you're here to share the stories behind the music.
Right on, Christian.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, that all sounds very impressive. So thank you for that. That's a little ego boost there.
Got you, brother.
Doing well. Yeah, Bottle was the first song we ever released to the radio, and it's doing well right now. And it's kind of interesting because I've always done digital releases, and now we have the radio release, and you get like weekly tracking things. So it's kind of fun to see where we're getting played. So Rin, if you ever end up in Flagstaff, Arizona, apparently I'm doing well in Flagstaff, Arizona. So
might be worth checking out.
yeah, if you want to walk through the desert next.
Yeah.
I'll take my van down there when I get done.
It's a good market. Flagstaff is a good market.
I used to live in Flagstaff for a little bit.
I've only been to Arizona one time, and I went to Tucson because there was a brass camp, a low brass camp. I played tuba as a kid. I actually played it from 7th grade through my sophomore year of college. I was a marching band guy.
That's cool.
So I went to Arizona to learn how to better play the tuba.
That's awesome.
Now, here's a fun fact about your song Bottle. It sparked a full-on line dancing craze at Category 10 during PMA Fest. Did you expect a song to take on a life of its own like that?
No, I didn't. And what's funny about the line dance, it's very cool. And they invited me to come and play it. And that was just such a really cool experience. I was on the country western stunt dancing team in college, the Mustang Mavericks. So we were like picking up my role was because I was a big dude. They were like, all right, basically you're a bass. And so you sit there and throw the girls around and all that stuff. And so I used to go when I lived in Dallas. I used to go to Billy Bob's, which is like
I love that place.
Famous.
Oh yeah, Billy Bob's.
Yeah, great. Thursday nights were great because it was free admission with a student ID, and so all the SMU guys would go over there, and all the TCU girls would be there, which was the only time the SMU and TCU ever mingled. If people don't know, that's that's.
I love Billy Bob's. What a place.
Yeah. The line dance. There's a lot of hip rolls in it, which looks great when other people do it, but I'm not as fit and trim that I think a hip roll really looks good when I'm doing it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Mo Country in Missouri?
Mo Country in Missouri, I have not.
A huge country line dance bar. I made sure to stop by when I was walking, and I loved it.
Oh, I got to check that out.
Did you line dance, Rin?
I love line dancing. I'm a big swing dancer too. I learned all the tricks when I was on deployment because there wasn't a lot of girls really into dance. So that's where I learned how to dance, and I loved it.
Cool.
Awesome.
Right on.
All right. So before becoming a full-time musician, you walked away from Capitol Hill and a law degree to pursue country music. Now that's a huge leap of faith for you. So it made you realize music was your true calling.
Well, I guess I've always played music. My mom started me on like piano in 2nd grade, and piano's fun. I enjoyed it. I was a classically trained pianist. And I did competitions and all that stuff through high school, but I always wanted to play guitar. So in 4th grade, like I got my first guitar for Christmas. It was a little $80 Kramer guitar, and then I always had a band from 8th grade on. My first band was a band called the Pimpin' Purple Pigeons from the planet Lovetron 9. Great band name, honestly. And we had a song we wrote. It was like a little theme song. We're the Pimpin' Purple Pigeons from the planet Lovetron, and we hope you'd sing along. It was fun.
That's great.
The songwriting has since evolved a little bit from that. But yeah, I went to college, and I always thought I wanted to be a politician, actually. That's like what child is like, oh, I want to be a politician, but that's what I wanted to be. And so I worked for Congress for a little bit. And while I was there, I became very disillusioned, if you will. You see how the meat is made or how the sausage is ground. It's sometimes a little disheartening. But
right.
So I was always going to go to law school. I felt I come from a lawyer. I come from a family of lawyers. My grandfather was a criminal defense attorney. My father practiced what we call threshold law in Arkansas because you just kind of take whatever comes through your door. The market's not big enough to really specialize. So I was in law school, and around my second year, I was clerking, and I became, just a little disheartened with it because I think growing up and observing my father and observing my grandfather, there's this notion of kind of the lawyer as that Atticus Finch type character from To Kill a Mockingbird. It's the town counselor. People come to you and you help people out and they tell you your problems, things like that. And my experiences with law were that, yes, you're helping your clients. Yes, it's going on, but it was just soul crushing in a lot of ways. And everything was billable hours. And it wasn't necessarily always about, what's the most efficient way of doing this. It was about how do you maximize your billables? Yeah. Because your clients can pay it, so why not? And so that it was a little disheartening. And I had some cases that really made me question, is this something I want to do for the rest of my life? And so, shortly after graduation, there was this funny moment. My third year of law school, I was on this competition for jury selection. There was a competition, a national competition, see who could select jurors the best. And we made it all the way through the last round against the University of Texas. And I went to Baylor Law School. And so it was Baylor versus UT. And we ended up winning. We ended up winning the national championship in that. And the final judge was a federal district court judge from the Southern District of Houston, Southern District of Houston, Houston Division. And she came up to me and she goes, where are you working after graduation? And I said, I really don't think I want to be a lawyer. I think I want to move to Nashville with my guitar.
There you go.
And she said to me, are you being serious? And I said, yes, Your Honor, I am. She said, well, I'm about to offer you a federal clerkship, which if you know anything about the legal world, you don't turn down a federal clerkship because it can advance your career.
Yeah.
And I said, well, Your Honor, I really appreciate that, but I'm going to go to Nashville. And she said to me, this makes sense because you don't talk like a lawyer. And I was sitting there, I looked the exact same, the beard, the long hair, all that stuff. And she goes, you don't talk like a lawyer. She goes, you talk like a real person. And when I was picking jurors, she said, you're very entertaining in the way you deliver things. And so I guess it somehow resonated. And here I'm in Nashville a year and a half later.
And how's your background in politics and law influenced your songwriting career?
Well, people are like, well, what does law have to do with songwriting? And not to be so contrite as at the beginning of the show where the question was asked, Ren, all the country singers, why do you get into country singing? Oh, for the storytelling ability.
Right.
So here, let me give that exact same answer. When you're preparing a case, and one of the things that, and I still have an offer in Dallas to go do this if I wanted to do it, was when you're picking a jury, it's all about selling a story. And the same thing is with songwriting. You're just trying to figure out, how do I take an emotion? How do I take a situation? And do I condense it down into a 3.5 minute song in which I'm explaining this complex emotion to people? So it really does come down to storytelling, and our human brains are wired to interpret things in narrative, and it's easier for us to understand things. So if you're trying to learn something, try to rephrase it as a story, and for whatever reason, our minds resonate to that.
Yeah, I think we should hear you sing.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Right?
That's the only reason I joined on this podcast.
Yeah, and
I
that's
want to hear
right.
some music. Give me some live music.
Are you going to do Bottle for us? What are you going to do for us?
Well, I was told I had 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I can certainly sing Bottle. That's the one we're promoting right now. It's on the radio. So this song, I had a friend of mine call me up and say, Christian, you're a country singer. You need a drinking song. And so I said, okay. And I was watching, weirdly enough, the Billy Joel documentary on HBO. And he was talking about his songwriting process. And he goes, I'm a melody first guy, which I've always been kind of a music first. Then you work backwards and then you try and find lyrics and fit a melody to that. But I was sitting there and I was sitting on my couch and I go, oh, that's kind of interesting. Where does that go? And at that point, I had a friend of mine who had made a plan to come to Nashville and then canceled on me. And so the opening line of the song is, I got friends back in Dallas, but they don't come to Tennessee. And so it all just flowed from that.
Love that.
This is a Bottle. And it goes something like this.
Right, Christian Parker on the road to the Wild Child.
I got friends back in Dallas, but they don't come to Tennessee. They say since I met her, my life ain't getting better, ain't been acting like me. But I got big dreams left to follow. She's always by my side. She gives me all the courage, the comfort when I'm hurting. Tom Burnett's on my tie. And I'm in love with this bottle, in the way she makes me feel. I'll probably hate her tomorrow, but that's just part of our little deal. She fills me up when I'm empty, I might die if she left me. I'm in love with this bottle, 'cause she don't ever try to change me. Burns would taste so sweet. She's the calm in every storm. The way she keeps me warm, it's all the proof I'll ever need. That I'm in love with this bottle, in the way she makes me feel. I'll probably hate her tomorrow, but that's just part of our little deal. She fills me up when I'm empty, I might die if she left me. I'm in love with this bottle. Come on now. When the mornings come on rough and I swear that I've had enough, I'll still pick her up at the end of the day and can't help but say that I'm in love with this bottle, in the way she makes me feel. I should end things tomorrow, but if I'm being real, I'm still in love with this bottle, in the way she makes me feel. I should end things tomorrow, but that's not part of our little deal. She fills me up when I'm empty, I might die if she left me. I'm in love with this bottle. She fills me up when I'm empty, I might die if she left me. 'Cause I'm in love with this bottle.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah.
Right.
That's the one I added to my Spotify, by the way.
Really?
There you go.
There you go, brother.
Hey, you got Rin's approval, so it's a damn good song.
There we go.
That's true. I
love
listen to
it.
every single song ever created. I've had a long time on the road.
Yes, you do.
Just kidding.
Road again.
I like that deep voice that you have. It's
Yeah.
kind of like
Great tune.
I want to
Great
say
job, man.
Josh Turner meets Merle Haggard.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I my favorite country artist of all time is Glenn Campbell. I don't sound anything
I
like
love
that.
Glenn Campbell.
But growing up, it was Toby Keith.
There
And
you
so
go.
I think
Toby
you
was
probably
my
hear-
guy. Yes.
I love
Probably
Toby.
hear a lot of
R.I.P.
his
But
voice.
yes, I love Toby.
My first ever concert, the 2004 Arkansas State Fair, Toby Keith.
Yeah.
Nice.
Here for my horses.
Yes,
I have
sir.
a question for Christian, if I can go.
Yes.
I didn't want to like interrupt. When you were first getting into leaving your job and doing this music dream of yours, did you have a lot of pushback from family and friends, or were people very accepting of like, yeah, you can do it, or were people calling you crazy?
Thank you, and that's an interesting question. I remember talking to my parents and saying, "Hey, I think I'm going to go do this crazy thing," and my parents were very supportive. My dad was like, "I get it." My dad's an entrepreneur, and he's like, "You got to take a risk. You don't want to be 65 years old looking up at the ceiling, going, what would have happened?" And I think that was particularly impactful for him because his brother, back in the 60s, had a band, and they entered into the Mountain Dew songwriting contest back in the 60s. And they wrote this song that won the competition. And at the time, the reward was, if you did that, you got to go on tour as the opening act for a musician. Now, the initial group was a group called Zorro and the Blue Footballs, who nobody's ever heard of. But Zorro and the Blue Footballs, who had a few minor radio hits at the time, dropped out. And so there was the next group that was going to go out on the road. And it was a little known group. Nobody's ever heard of them before, called The Who. And so my uncle was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm about to go open up for The Who." And my grandparents at the time said, basically, if you want to run off and join the circus, that's okay. Or you can go to college and we'll help pay for your college. And so he ended up doing that. And I think I never met the man. He passed before I was born. But it's my understanding that was something that he always kind of wondered about, what would have life been like? And so my thinking with that was, nobody can ever take my law degree as long as I maintain my licensure.
Yeah.
So you had a fallback.
I had a fallback.
Yeah.
I had a fallback. But I remember my friends in law school were like, "You're crazy. Like, what the hell are you doing? You just went through Baylor Law School, the #1 litigation school in America, and
no joke.
And you just like you're not gonna like really pursue that." I was like, "No, this is making me miserable." But it was so some people get it, some people don't. I remember right before I moved to Nashville, I was home in Arkansas, and a friend of the family was there, and I guess they didn't know that I was about to move to Nashville. And they said to me, I sat there and they said, "Oh, what are your plans? Where are you going to be? Are you going to stay here and practice?" And I said, "No, I'm about to move to Nashville." And I remember there's kind of that look that people give you. They're like, "God, bless your heart," that kind of look. And I remember I found that very motivating. And it's like, you know what? I got to come out here. I got to, do the thing, play all the like crappy, horrible bar gigs. And one of these days it's going to hit. And these exact same people are going to be asking me for tickets. And that is kind of I'm a little competitive. So that's kind of a weird motivating thing. But yeah, it's been a mixed bag. Some people get it and some people are like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah.
I think your dreams don't have to make sense to other people. That's what I found out on this walk. Like there are people who are going to understand and motivate. Like they might not understand exactly why you want to, but they understand that you basically have to do this thing. And then there's the people who just can't understand that you have to do this thing. So I think that's awesome that you had people who were supporting you, though.
Well, and same to you, Ren. I think it's you got to chase your dream. And I think if you don't, your soul will know there's something that's unfulfilled.
Amen.
Yeah,
Good point.
And you surpassed 13 million streams and views. So and congratulations on that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's really great.
At what point did you realize people were really connecting with your music?
I got a really nice note one time, and I get a lot of hate comments every day. And unfortunately the hate comments stick with you. Like on
why do you get hate? I'm curious for what.
Oh, just whatever. I mean, you get called, hey, I'm a bigger guy, so people talk about that a lot. Not just vertically, I'm 6'5", but width-wise, I get a lot of those comments. The one on Bottle that I keep getting, and this one is kind of funny to me, is like, oh, great, here's another country song about alcohol, which I think is the dumbest criticism you can ever give a country song.
Right? Exactly.
It's like, I'm sorry, that's like one of the jokes about country music is beer,
Right.
whiskey, trucks, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, where's that same energy for Willie Nelson and Whiskey River? You know?
Exactly. No joke. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, too, man. Any press is good press, so don't even pay. Trust me, I've been doing this for a minute. You just let that roll right off and just be inspired about what you're doing and where you're going.
And that's why you have 13 million views and listening. Yeah.
Yeah. If you got caught up in if you get caught up in every article or interview or every dumbass saying something pretty mindless because they really have no clue, you can really spin yourself in a circle. But don't even let that roll right off you.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I had a really nice note. The first single I ever put out was a song called Shotgun. And I did that in March of 2022. And I had a person message me on my Instagram page. And they sent me this lovely note talking about, and that whole song is about going and chasing your dreams. And they sent me this really nice message talking about how they had been struggling with mental health and struggling with trying to find their purpose. And they said they set that as their morning wake up song on their alarm. And they woke up every day and they felt like, okay, I can do this. They resonated to the lyrics of that song. And and that little moments like that really, really connect with me. And I got stopped. I know we were talking before we went live about Atlanta, and I got randomly stopped on the Beltway there in Atlanta. And by this guy, and he came up to me and he was like, hey, are you the country music singer? You have a song called The Race, right? I go, yeah. And The Race is my best performing song on Spotify. And I was like, yeah. He was like, dude, and that was one of the first serious songs I ever wrote. I wrote that song when I was 17. And and he was like, that song.
Hey, man, why don't you play it for us?
Yeah. You want to hear The Race?
Well, whatever you want to play, whatever you feel like you want to play.
I had Gucci boots. I had Gucci boots prepared, which is kind of bad.
So then do Gucci boots.
You know what? Do both. Do both. I got nothing to go.
We'll do The Race, and then if you want, we'll do Gucci boots because that's just.
And Rin's not walking anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, I got nothing else going on in my life. This is interesting.
Yes, you do. Now you do. You're on the show.
Yeah,
I know.
Now you have something going on.
Major for me.
Yes.
All right.
Star is born.
Here we go. This is The Race.
All right.
We're all on a road that's always changing. Gotta take your time and take it all in. And it goes by fast when you lean on the gas just to get to where you're going to. You roll like this, you're gonna miss every good thing that's been driving you. What's the miles running by on a one-way ride that you're never gonna see again? Well, you don't know it's the end of the road and you wonder where you've been. The moments make days and the days go by like a rushing, rapid river of time. You choose what you're gonna lose while you're in the chase, just to win the race. Everybody knows that life has some heartbreak. Never know what tomorrow's gonna bring. But the life and the love and the meaning of it all is in your hands. Hold on tight, deep inside. Soak up the sunlight while you can. And watch the miles roll by on a one-way ride that you're never gonna see again. Where you don't know it's the end of the road and you wonder where you've been. Moments make days and the days go by like a rushing rapid river of time. You choose what you're gonna lose while you're in the chase, just to win the race. Whoa. When you don't know it's the end of the road and you wonder where you've been. Watch the miles on the mile on a one-way ride that you're never gonna see again. Moments with days and the days go by like a rushing rapid river of time. You choose what you're gonna lose while you're in the chase, just to win the race. Whoa, just to win the race. Whoa,
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Look at the thumbs
I like
up.
that one.
Patrick's got his lit up thumbs up.
There you
got
go,
Mine
brother.
doesn't, mine doesn't light
here.
up, but I'll give you.
Yeah,
Yes, it does. You light up. You're electric.
Aw.
she does. Yes, she does. What a great song, man.
Great job, dude. I really like that song a lot, man.
Thank
Cool
you.
hook. Good
One of my
line.
followers just messaged me and said he better write you a jingle. I hope you know that. Now you got some pressure now that I brought that up.
Right?
Oh man.
It's so
So-
funny.
What's the other song you want to play?
Okay, so this song. So The Race is a serious song. Bottle is a halfway serious song. It deals with some stuff. Sometimes as a songwriter, you're sitting there and you're like, I want to write a dumb joke song. Well, I wrote this song with Neil Perry from the band Perry. And it's a song called Gucci Boots. And unfortunately, my mom calls this my Taylor Swift song. Because it's a joke, but every word of it's true. 100% of it's true.
I love it already.
Great.
An ex-girlfriend of mine, and how we were together and we broke up, and here's the story about it. Every word is so true. I didn't even bother changing the name of the girl.
I love it.
What's she gonna do? Sue me? All right, so this is Gucci Boots. You can. This one's. All three of these songs are out already. Needed a date to a high-class night with a high-class girl to make high-class right. Didn't want to Caroline, she's blonde and fine, with a cheer captain smile. She had a little twang, she knew how to sway. She wore rouge and lit up my flame. Yeah, that was Caroline, well, she was mine once upon a time. If I knew then what I know now, I'd have a full hearted bank account. Bought Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. It only cost me my rent and some of my pride. Was I just blind? Was she not mine? Was I a piece she played in the game of her life? I bought her fancy steaks and bottles of booze. I thought that 3 months in was a sign that she too was in her feels, head over heels. But all my love fell flat on a heart that don't feel. I bought her Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbye. Now, if I could go back, way back in the past, I'd tell myself, son, don't burn that cash. No, I wouldn't fall that fast. But hot damn, she had one hell of an ass. If I knew then what I know today, I wouldn't sing so Caroline when it plays. I bought her Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. It only cost me my rent and some of my pride. And was I just blind, or was she not mine? Was I a piece she played in the game of her life? I bought her 12 big roses like good guys do. Thought that I was chosen, I was one of the few in her DMs. No, they're just friends. I never thought I'd end up just like them. I bought her Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbyes. If you see a girl walking and you think she looks cute, know before I start talking, I bought this damn Gucci boots. I bought Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. It only cost me my rent and still hurts my pride, cause I was blind and she was not mine. Well, say she paid me back if the song goes big time. I love Gucci boots, she gave me goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbyes. Gucci boots and goodbyes. Oh, goodbye. Oh, goodbye.
Dude.
All right.
Bravo. Bravo.
I'm gonna have that stuck in my head tomorrow.
Yeah,
when I'm
right?
walking, I'm gonna be singing Gucci boots.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
What?
You know, she
talent?
heard that song. She heard that song. I know that for a fact.
It's like, is this song about me?
She's probably like, dude, that's
Like,
great.
No way.
Love it.
He said my
I
name
love that.
too.
Well, I was back in Dallas and I saw some of her friends and they came up to me and they were like, Christian, I've just got to let you know. Nobody will say it publicly because we stand with her. But that was a good song.
Yes.
So I take it you won the breakup.
Well, I mean, she got the boots. I got the song.
Yeah.
You got the hits on Spotify.
It's a win-win. Yeah, it's a win-win. But every breakup is an inspirational. There's something good that comes from it.
Yeah.
That's how Taylor Swift. I mean, that's true. That's how it happens.
There you go. There you go.
And now she's gonna get married this weekend, so you know
That's true.
there's that. So
when you're do you record in Nashville mostly? Do you work with other writers and producers?
So my first two albums I did in Nashville, I was working with a producer, Sal Oliveri, fantastically talented guy. I'm now working with a different producer for my third album that we're recording and should be out in September. Those Gucci Boots was the first single off that album, and the second was Bottle. And then I'll have a new single coming out July 17th called Almost Mine, and it's very raw, very honest. I think a lot of people will relate to it, even though maybe we shouldn't. But yeah, to answer your question, I record in Atlanta with Mama Jan. Mama Jan is my producer, and she is Mama Jan and Jesse Owen Aston. They're co-producers on this.
Okay, so where's the studio?
The studio is her studio, Mama Jan.
Okay.
Studios in Atlanta.
Where in Atlanta?
It's oh my gosh, it's northern Atlanta. It's about 15 minutes south of Buckhead. I'm not as familiar.
Oh, like Marietta kind of area?
Yeah, kind of that area.
Yeah, cool.
And she's fantastic. She's a twice Grammy nominated record producer. She's I met her initially as a vocal coach, and she's produced Justin Bieber. She produced Usher. She produced the band Perry. She produced Drake, Nicki Minaj, a lot of these people, and also Christian Parker.
Yeah.
Christian Parker, of course.
Yeah.
And you are going somewhere, okay? This is the beginning of a long road you're going to walk, just like Ren. Okay?
When you get famous, don't forget me though. Remember,
Hey,
I want tickets when you're. I want tickets
Rin
now,
will get tickets.
Also, when you're famous.
Rin will get tickets anytime.
You're gonna go see her when she gets famous, because
Right?
when she's done doing this walk, she's gonna be rolling.
Oh yeah.
You should meet her at the finish line.
Hi, Ren. How are you?
Remember
I
me?
did have some people be like, when are you gonna finish? I want to fly and be there. I was like, don't fly to see me. Like, do not pay money to see me hit the ocean, say hi to you, and then probably avoid you because you're
so
a
modest.
stalker. Like, that's so weird though. That's
Like, I'm not a big deal. I'm just walking. You know, why is everybody all obsessed with me walking?
It makes sense if they were like in Seaside or around the area and they're like, I'm gonna drive an hour. But I had somebody tell me that they lived in Austin, Texas, and they wanted to fly to the end to meet me. And I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna finish till like a week before. So like, if you really want to, maybe. It seems a little odd.
We'll
Oh my
organize
God.
a party for you. We'll organize a big party. The group you're working with should do that for you, by the way.
Yeah.
Nah, they have a big meetup I had in Atlanta, and then they'll have another one in Denver. But after that,
I think it's a great thing that you're doing. I think that's
I agree.
it's been really cool so far. I like
Yeah.
it, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm super tan. Like, what more can you ask for?
It's a win-win, right?
Yeah.
So, Christian Parker, thank you so much for joining us. Rin, oh my gosh, we're bringing you back on the show. Who knows? I may have you come back as a guest co-host because your interview skills are amazing.
I actually have ideas of a possible podcast I'd love to start, and I was gonna probably reach out after this is done and maybe ask you for some advice on the logistics of it. But I've had an idea brewing, so
I can help you.
I'm a big yapper. So
I have
if
two
I can get paid to
podcasts
yap,
and a radio station I run. So, yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Next week we'll be off July 15th. We'll be back on. Jet Jurgensmeyer is coming back.
Nice.
No stranger to the show, of course. You know him from he's played Spanky in the Little Rascals Save the Day. He was also Boyd Baxter in Last Man Standing, and he had a role in Ozark. He was the young Marty Bird. Okay, so he had a guest appearance on that. So, and I know that you're an Ozark fan, so that's why I brought that
I'm a
up.
huge Ozark fan. So, Christian, do you play downtown?
I try to avoid Broadway as much as I can.
Yeah. So, do you get out? Do you tour much? Do you tour much? Do you
Yeah.
get out? Do you get on the road, or are you
Yeah,
just in the studio?
I'm sorry.
Do you get on the road and support your music, or are you just writing and putting out music?
We're organizing a tour right now, but if people want to come and see me, we have a gig coming up on August 8th at the Green Light Bar here in Nashville.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm looking September 25th for an album release party. We're trying to figure out the venue on that. And I saw a comment there. You can check. They asked if I had a YouTube page. I have all of that stuff. You can check me out across everything at Christian Parker Music.
Perfect. That was the next question. Yeah.
Awesome deal.
Let everybody know where they can get you. You know, the
Yeah.
Cannery's a good room. I just played that room. The Cannery's a really good room.
Okay.
Yeah. Check that place out. They have a 250 seater, a 500, and I think a 700.
Okay. I got to check that
Yeah,
out.
it's really nice. Yeah, I just went through there. But that's a good room.
So I guess my dad.
Anything but human. What's the latest on you?
Well, we just got off. We just finished in Mississippi. We're home for a few days, and the next show is middle of July 25th at the Rail, and then we're doing a festival in Dallas,
Okay.
and then we'll announce August run. Just getting some new music recorded. You know how it goes, Roger.
Of
We're
course.
in the studio. I'm working on some projects, and I'll be jumping off and finishing some work now. And so next we're getting ready to release a single on the next single, which will debut. And we'll be in Dallas mid-July. I think it's July 25th.
Okay.
And and then from that point we'll announce where we'll be next.
All right, guys. Make sure you guys like, follow, share the Roger the Wild Child show. This will be available here shortly on all the podcast platforms. If you missed any of the interview, you can watch back the video on YouTube and Facebook. Facebook will actually kick it off after 30 days. But you can hear the audio wherever you get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, the whole thing. Also, on the podcast platforms, check it out. 37 interviews from CMA Fest between me and Baby Daisy. Wow. That was a 4-day marathon. There are 37 interviews that I just finished posting. They're quick 5 to 8 minute interviews with different artists. Waka Flocka Flame, I interviewed him. He lives in Nashville. Waka Flocka. Yeah. John Barry was one of the interviews that I did. And, we just had a lot of great talent out there. The Swan Brothers, we got the Bellamy Brothers kids that were interviewed, and just great artists out there. So check them out. Roger the Wild Child Show podcast. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, share. And if you like Christian and Rin today, they'll be either up later tonight or tomorrow on the podcast platform. So you can be able to play back. So you guys are awesome.
We wish you both the best of luck. Keep in touch with the show. We want to have you back.
Do you mind if I add something real quick?
Yes, go ahead.
Have you heard of the Wild West Festival at all? Like a big country music festival in Hays, Kansas?
I would like to say yes, but I haven't. But tell me.
So I don't know how big it is because it's Kansas and it's a small town. But that's where I'll be on the 4th of July. So if anybody's in Hays, Kansas, the 3rd and 4th, I'll be out at the festival doing some videography for them.
Awesome.
Feel free to come say hi if you guys see me.
Sweet.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. There you go. So, all right, guys. You guys have yourself a great night. Thank you for watching and thank you for joining us. And we'll be back in 2 weeks, July 15th, for another episode of Roger the Wild Child Show.
Boom. Pleasure meeting you guys. Stay in touch.
Thank you for having us on.